Welcome to the locker. Season 6. Can you believe it? Man, season 6. Season 6, episode 1. Because New Year's Day was the day that it could have been the locker, but you should have been home with your people instead of here with us. And if you are upset about it, we love you because we love the fact that you would have rather been here with us than with your family. But I know how fucked up families can be. So we all on that. New year 2025, Van Hives is over there. I'm Anthony White. I want to start off one thing saying this.
Uh-oh.
Now I got a couple gems in there. I want
to
throw.
You've been on one the last couple of days. You've been jabbing. You've been hitting them.
Nah, it ain't really that, man. I'll tell you this, and I want everybody to understand this. And I know Sunday morning I get inboxes for the show to be about me. And we got a 3-hour show. It's not really about me. Because even when I was a co-host, my whole point was everybody keeps saying, well, I'm a terrible host. I need to do this. I was never asked to be the host. Jack Pilgrim had a baby. We need somebody to host the show. So fuck you who don't think I'm doing a good job, but I appreciate you for telling me that because I have looked into my craft and said, you know what? I gotta because I need no. So I started watching more sports outside of my regular job. I started bringing more content. We are not Sunday morning is not a entertainment thing. My whole point was now if you as a coach would tell me you ain't running through the hole hard, you're not blocking. I was put into a position to do something I was just kind of a pinch hitter. And I'm willing to do open tryouts. Anybody who wants to host a show can host a damn show. I don't have to host a show. But my point was everybody's critical about it. Not everybody. A lot of people love it. And to me, I was like, wow, I didn't know. I just thought, and I didn't know how tough hosting the show would be. So with me and you, I think it's just a conversation. But on Sunday morning, they got expectations, man.
Right.
For 3 hours? Can you imagine? You know how our hour and a half goes? We're only supposed to be an hour. Even if we go to 2 hours, we feel like we're doing something. But to be expected to go 3 hours. My whole point is I apologize to anybody who I did not fulfill your thoughts when you came into. I did not ask to be in that role. I did not. But I did the best I can, and I'm going to continue to do the best I can. And if anybody wants to come on and be the host of that show, I will interview you because what y'all don't know, all y'all people sending the messages, I am the show manager. So everything comes through me.
You see everything.
So, right, that's the point. So I do appreciate y'all for listening. So that's why I'm kind of like on this show, when I host, all we are doing is talking. We got the FCC involved on Sundays, a lot of other things. But going into the new year, I kind of came in like, and the only reason I brought this up, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm be honest with you. Because a lot of the comments were made, because I've never been so put in such a position where my back was against the wall, where there's nothing I can do about it. Because nobody really wants to work Sunday morning, every Sunday morning.
Right.
Come into a studio. Right. So it's hard to find somebody who want to do that. And my back was against the wall to the point where I really don't want to do. Like if y'all hold me this, if Big Blue Nation, which is huge as hell, is gonna say, if you're gonna diminish me as a person and anything I've accomplished because you don't like Sunday morning, I was really thinking about stepping away from. And I think that's why a lot of people have, because our fan base has done that. So all I want to do is apologize to anybody on my bad hosting of Sunday morning. And that's only for the few that has said. I'm apologize to the punk ass people who are the ones who said I didn't do a good job. It's not my expertise. So it is what it is. But I try my best. I do try my best.
Okay, pause.
And that 3 hours is a long time to do a show.
Pause. And
Wait a minute. I didn't say nothing that had any cause to pause.
no. I'm making you pause.
Oh.
Here's the thing, man. And I have realized this because I was on the Monday Morning Sports Talk with Tom Leach on Mondays after 8 losses. It hits differently. It hits differently when things are not going well. So I can only imagine the day after the game, the vitriol from the loudest members of BBN. Because when things are going great, things are quiet. I bet you when things are going great, y'all can't get nobody to call in.
Right.
When we was winning 10 games, you probably had, look, when we was winning 10 games, you had to really work for those 3 hours. When we lose
keep regurgitating the good stuff. Like, how long for 3 hours? So-and-so scored an 80-yard touchdown.
When you losing, the phone lines are lit up like Christmas tree. You can't, it's just too many calls. You can't get to them all. So for you, we have kind of the same thing, but in different packages. I don't think people understand that we will always, I'm not speaking for you, but I'm going to speak for you a little bit. I think we both will support this university, whomever coaches. It doesn't matter if it's whomever.
Right.
We're going to support.
Right.
And some fans can't get over the fact that we are going to support someone that they deem at this moment doesn't, I don't know how to say the word.
But say it. I didn't use all our cuss words. Don't use no cuss words. I use all our cuss words.
He hasn't earned the ability for them to respect him right now, which to me is bogus because the guy has brought us to the best time in UK football history. But now he can't coach. That's the one that got me because you sent something out. Larry Vault sent something out, tagged us, and someone said that, how can you trust a guy? Oh, I'm going to read it because I'm sorry.
Go ahead, read it.
He said, please, Stoops has done nothing to show that he can be a leader.
Hold on. I would like a follow-up question with that person, because as a leader, and the difference between you and I've been on the asshole side of a player. You've been on the leadership side of a player your whole career. I became a leader maybe my last year. But my point is, what they are saying is kind of true. That is kind of truth to it. There's a little bit of a truth to it. So we go to where this show is going to go to anyways. This is where this show is going to go to anyways. Is it about the product that we present? Or is it about the entertainment? Or is it about the execution? Is it about the guys that we have out there? Because like you said, if we have the best athletes, we can go to Cal in basketball. If you got the best athletes out there and you lose the first round in the Sweet 16, what difference do it make? Or do you want guys who's going to go out there and play ball? And Stoops is a player's coach to a fault. I will 100%. Say to a fault.
100%.
Now here's the thing, man. And we've said this on this show as long as for 6 years. We've been on the show for 6 years. We've done it. Van, I say this. He has been a player's coach to a fault. And now, and I got some stories I really want to tell, but I can't tell.
Patreon.
No, I wouldn't even tell this on Patreon because this is like this is deep stuff. I'm saying this. So the player's coach that I would have loved to have been under because the players coach. Like, just let me know what you need me to do, coach. I'm gonna
Right.
figure it out. If I get beat once or twice, I'm gonna figure it out.
Right.
What I'm not gonna do is miss
Right.
practice.
Right.
I'm not gonna miss workouts.
Right.
I'm not gonna say, well, I missed it. What you gonna do?
Facts.
I'm gonna let you know, like I'm running right back in there. Like, hey, coach, my bad. It's on me, coach. So point being is the squad we had that went 4-8, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's close to your 1
No, that's not even close to 1-10. They ain't even close to 1-10. They
No,
went
you went
2-7
your senior year, right?
Yeah, but yeah, 4. Yeah.
But
Right.
you know.
But 1-10 ain't 4-8. 1-10 ain't 4-8.
I forgot you
beat
won
Ole
one.
Miss on the road. No, two totally ain't even close. Not even the same picture.
So no, my point is this. So that team that went 4-8, our best player coming back transfers to Nebraska. Our best player that we expected to stay here, arguably top 3.
Who?
Gilmore.
Okay.
Arguably top 3 player we expect to stay, right?
Yep. For sure.
Transfers in Nebraska, and they still below us in the transfer portal. My point is, we even got rid of. So hold on, you can't be mad. You cannot be mad at everybody who we got rid. Oh, but the program is folding. All those people. MFR, do you know the people that are leaving because they presented us a 4-8 season? And
pass collection plate, y'all. Pass collection plate.
Here's the thing.
We preaching
Here's
now.
the thing. It's not that we had a 4-8 season because we didn't have Jimmys and Joes. Jimmy might not want to show up one day. Jimmy might have had a pain in his side. Joe might have felt like, you know what, coach, man, I don't even really feel like practicing today. And that, we've talked about this on the show, when you would rather have a top tier players have 50%
facts
than a lesser player's 100%.
Facts.
When you got a top tier player, NFL talent, give you 50% the whole time, give me the guy that's going to give me 100% and carry out my scheme and do what I ask him to do, because my job is relying on what they do on the field. So all the people who are saying, oh, the program is falling apart, we losing everybody, you want the same people back to win 4-8? Fuck around and go 2-10 next year. I'm sorry, man. I took over the first minutes of the show.
No.
I'm good. I just had to say what I had to say.
And I think we said here that we need to turn over the whole roster. I think we said that we need the whole roster, because this is what happens. And you just said it, right? You said guys missing practice, guys missing meetings, guys coming late to practice, guys coming late to meetings, all that's missing treatment, missing workouts, all that stuff. Here's the deal, and this is why I'm a players guy. In 1993, my freshman year on campus, even though Coach Curry is hands-on,
right.
The senior class ran that team.
Yeah.
If you didn't make it to meetings, you had to okay. I don't know what happened on the offensive side, I really don't. But on the defensive side, you had to answer to Marty Moore, you had to answer to Zane Bean, you had to answer to certain guys on that team if you were late to meetings. John Collins, like all of them, right? You ain't giving it all in your practice. If you're not giving it all in practice, someone is in your ear. If it's noticeable to the players, someone's in your ear. So what happened to me this year is we didn't have players in other players' ear, because the players who needed to be in somebody's ear was the ones who someone had to be in their ear.
Facts.
So when you have those issues, we have problems. I'm going to say this about, I don't know, I'm not into recruiting. I don't watch, honestly, I love sports, but I don't watch as much as I've noticed some fans do. I don't watch every single game. I pick teams that I like. Like this year, I watched Colorado and Miami. Those are the two games I watched a lot outside of Kentucky. But I've said this, I tweeted this. In the past, we have been too focused on the stars next to a player's name instead of how much that player fits in our system and our culture.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is, it seems like that we have, in this moment, kind of gotten away from the stars and trying to find fit guys, effort, energy, being where you're supposed to be. I'm tired of people looking at damn stats at world. They only got such and such. Okay, you might be right. Where they came from, what's the system? Look at the film. Like, what can they bring to us that other players we had on this team last year couldn't? And I'm gonna get dinged for this, but Anthony, I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh, let me get ready.
There's two positions on the football field, in my opinion, that cannot run the team: the cornerbacks or the wide receivers.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
If the cornerbacks or the wide receivers are your leaders, dudes only, you got a problem. Because I'm sorry, we are both of us wide receivers more than DBs, more than corners, not safeties. I'm gonna say corners. We are divas. Wide receivers are. You don't see anybody. You don't see a running back come out the field throwing his helmet. They're doing it. Why am I get the ball? You don't see that, right? You just don't. You don't see any other position on the defensive back on the defensive side when the ball is overthrown. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They doing this and prancing when you got beat, but the ball just happened to be overthrown, right? So we are both kind of divas, and unfortunately, in my opinion, our both sides of the ball have kind of been led by those two groups in a way. And if you don't have a middle linebacker, you don't have a center, a guard, a defensive lineman, a linebacker who's really your dude, I think you are itching for finding that unicorn wide receiver or DB who is a true leader to lead your team. Can you find them? For sure. They exist. But the mass majority of us and wide receivers, we ain't cut from that cloth.
No, you're right about that, because like you said, and the biggest reason is DBs ain't involved in too many plays unless it's a perimeter play or a pass. And receivers ain't involved in unless it's a pass play at all. So you really can't. But when you go down to, and here's the problem we got though, Van. And this is one thing we talked about on Sunday morning. And let's dig into this. This is one thing we talked about was it's going to have to come from an offensive lineman, quarterback, maybe a running back, like you said, or a linebacker. Dumas Johnson was a transfer, so it wasn't on him. We talked to Jock Jones, and Jock Jones said he wanted to do it, but he was a transfer. Like all the dogs we got coming in are transfers, and it's like we trying to change the culture. Mark Stoops needs to change the culture himself, or he gonna change his address. That is to be said. But the problem you have, which you said the offensive line, which I talked to a coach on the staff. You may know him. I talked to a coach on the staff, and when they had leadership, it was from Stenberg. It was from what's the dude that played the Lafayette? The guy that's out of New Orleans now.
Landon Young.
Landon. Like it was some of the guys. Hey, but if your offensive line, and this is one thing I've said for years, if your offensive line is struggling, how you gonna look around and tell me, like now, mind you, I had a bad. I went my senior year, our offensive line was very young.
Yes,
I didn't expect y'all to do much, man. Just let me know where the crease at. But my freshman year, they kind of felt like that, and I was like, y'all ain't blocking. So but it goes back to what you were saying. We got to find leadership. And I think Stoops is changing. I think Stoops is understanding this. I'm not buying Stoops no time. I ain't on Stoops payroll. I don't care how much you make. And the van broke down a couple weeks ago. Y'all talk about this $9 million something dollars. Once he get done with alimony or whatever the hell it is you pay when you get divorced, plus him paying taxes,
agent,
he really only making
don't say
he really only making $2 million a year, huh?
Don't say only. Don't say only. Don't just say only. Yeah, a lot of people ain't making that much money. Don't say only though.
What do you mean?
He only making $2 million
at that position? At that Van,
I
have been in management before, and I have seen people say this person only makes this much.
I hear you.
If he, as a coach, now mind you, you know who would be a cold coach, man?
Who?
Me. I ain't got to pay nobody nothing but my agent. Now, if I wanted to have a baby mama,
you're right,
or a harem, then I would pay them. Otherwise, I'm cool. So, point being is, I think Stoops has really realized, and let's bring this back in. Let's hone this back in. I think that people need to realize that Stoops has brought in a lot of good athletes.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought up the whole point about us having one of the top 10 transfer portal activity in the country. But everybody's up in arms. Oh, we lost this person. We went damn 4-8 with them people. The people you talking about, and I know this for a fact. If I call in a play, and you're a Lane Kiffin fan.
Yep.
The Lane Kiffin quarterback ran the score up to show them, like, look, man, we should have been in the playoffs. Whatever.
Right.
But Lane was mad.
Yeah.
Which Lane typically don't do. That ain't no Lane way. But I'm saying Stoops has brought in a bunch of guys that he can't get to play for him because they good and all they want is the money. The game has changed, y'all. And that's where the pony up comes from. If y'all want this program to get any better, I'm not saying that. But we are bringing in guys who wants to play football. Guys who have the measurements, they have the measurables, they have the IQ, they have the talent to do what we have to do at this level instead of bringing in. Because, Van, tell me if I'm wrong, and I'm going to let you chime in next. I'm sorry for beating you up on the time schedule. But if a guy was balling out at his school and he's projected a draft pick like Deion Walker, they're going to stay at their school. And Deion stayed here, and he did not progress the last year.
Nope.
So when we in the portal, we are looking for guys and who's gonna come in, do what coach asks you to do, execute, be hungry, and try to get to the next level. And they may leave. We're gonna have to recruit them again next year because I know for a fact if you make them look good on this stage at Kentucky, I might look better at Florida. I might look better at Georgia. I might look better at Ohio State. I might look better at USC. But I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to take up your time. And I've been taking up your time this show. I'm just saying people beating up. They was beating up of us for everybody leaving the 4-8 program. Everybody leaving the 4-8 program is fine with me.
There's only one
guy. If they wanted to keep them, they would have kept their asses.
There's only one guy that left, not for graduation or not to go to the NFL. There's only one guy that left this program from this year team that you can say was a valuable member to keep, and that's Dane Key. That's it. Name another guy out of that group that is irreplaceable.
I ain't gonna say irreplaceable. Okay. I say we could have used. I'm gonna say this. I say we could have used Keyshawn Silver back another year, but that goes on that line of are you gonna carry out your plan? Are you gonna carry out your execution every play?
Anthony, you're right. But here's the thing. When I say irreplaceable, you can't get somebody in a portal that is just as good as him. Keyshawn wasn't a difference maker. Not saying Keyshawn was bad, but Keyshawn was no bully and wasn't no big Q. Them all two, the previous guys, right? He wasn't them. Was he better than the guy, I don't like to say his name, that went to Auburn? Yes. Yes. Was he better than Josiah? I'm not sure. So here's the thing. If you don't get Josiah back, I think you have to keep Silver.
Right. Oh, yeah, right.
And if Josiah was the one to transfer, then you gotta do whatever you can do to keep Silver. We kept one of them. One of them want to go to get more money, probably. More power to the guy. So he left. But it's not like he was that dude. It wasn't like he was getting double team. It wasn't like he demanded a double team. The double team was going to Dion.
Right.
So that meant, in essence, that meant that honestly, our linebackers was going to get eat up by a guard because the guard didn't have the double team the nose. There's a direct line from the guard to the linebacker if there's no double team needed.
Yeah.
So now if Dion had to be double teamed and Silver had to be double teamed, now the linebacker's going to eat all day because there's only 5 linemen and you got 4 of them on 2. So then somebody's going to eat. So we've had Bully and Q and Big Quentin the Bohan had to be double teamed. So therefore, our linebackers are able to eat.
Yeah.
We haven't had that since Bully. So that's the problem. So there's only one guy, in my opinion. There's only one guy. Only one that transferred that we are not as good with him gone. That's Dane Key. Everybody else is good riddance. Even though I love me some Harley Gilmore, the guy has talent. But Anthony, I mean, it's not like he was putting together some crazy number of years. He had the potential to be something, but we don't know what that was going to be. We also thought some other players had the potential. We thought Baron Brown would have the potential to be great here too. So you can't live off of potential. Especially here, Stoops either shit or get off the pot. This is that year. Because if he doesn't do well, he's probably going to be gone. I don't know how we're going to pay him to go, but it's going to be so.
You think this is the year?
Anthony, if we go 4-8 again or worse, yes.
You think it'd be this year, or you think the first game they lose that they ain't supposed to lose the year after that? I think it's going to be the first year.
I'm not sure.
It's going to be hard to win 6 games next year. That's why when you saying 4, that 4 and 6 range is ugly.
That's what I don't think he wants to go through it either.
But he's trying to piece together something that'll work here. I think you got to give him a year. If he takes this year to piece together something, I think you got to give him another year.
Okay. Let me say this.
Anything 4 puts you on the hot seat. Anything less than 4,
like Coach Chandler has said to me, is not every 4-8 season is the same.
Right. Correct.
If we have another 4-8 season like we had last year, no. If we happen to be, we are 4-8 and 3 of those losses come in the last possession and something happened, maybe a little different. But a 4-8 season like what happened last year, he's gone. And I'm not saying that Mitch Bernhardt fires him. I don't think Stoops can handle that again. I'm gonna say this. He has turned the roster over, and the type of players, I'm not for sure, but it looks like we ain't going after the prima donnas. I want people to understand. Y'all cannot sneeze at 7 and 8 win seasons. Second of all, y'all can't sneeze at a 10-win season and say, oh, it's because the league was down. How the hell, when we win 10 games, the league is down? You did it twice. We did it twice with not worrying about stars. How many guys on those 2 10-win seasons right now are killing in the NFL? Literally one guy. Of those teams, there's one guy, Josh Allen, or what's the new Allen? What's the new name? Allen what?
Well, I want to say Mitchell. I don't think Mitchell.
He's Josh Allen to me. Josh Allen. That's it. The historical Benny Snell. The historical C-Rod. Right? All those big blue wall members.
Lynn Bowden.
Like, I want you to understand, none of those players were highly sought after except Lynn Bowden. But none of those players were.
Nah, Lynn Bowden was 3-star.
No, I thought Lynn was a 4. I could be wrong.
I thought it ain't that Hines. It's Hines, but I don't think it's that Hines.
I thought it was 4, and the grades were the things that.
Yeah, no, I knew the grade. Yeah, the grades was definitely a thing. Okay, I thought it was okay. It could have been 4.
So
I don't doubt it was 4.
We won at the greatest clip in school history with only a couple players on either side of the ball that you can put on any other SEC team and start with.
Yeah.
Any other SEC team, look, regardless of the stars we get, right? Regardless, we are still the bottom third recruiting numbers historically. If we win 10 or we don't. If we go 4-star heavy like we have been doing or not, we still at the bottom third of the conference. So the stars don't matter because we still not going to be the most talented team in the conference unless you start getting crazy recruiting. So why not go to the guys who fit your program? Just like Vandy did last year, just like Indiana did last year, they found high character effort guys because Vandy was chippy this year.
Mm-hmm.
All the games I see Vandy, them jokers are talking. They nasty. They playing beyond the whistle. They getting into it with other players on other teams. They had an edge on them. We kind of lost that edge because now we are 4 stars and we are just this good and we lost that edge.
Yeah, you're
we're
right.
getting that edge back.
You're right. And that's where we got to get back to. And people say that. That's why I always like Penn State. At one point, Penn State, do they still not put the players' names on the back of their jersey?
I don't think so.
Darn jerseys, as Deion say.
I don't think so.
And I think that's where we got to, and this is where I want Big Blue Nation to understand. We got to the point we got so good that, and this is the one thing, Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, I guess what's your boy that left Ohio State? Dance with the lap dances.
Oh, Urban
Meyer. This is one thing I think people understand. Like we are in uncharted territory. Like UK football is good now. When good players come here, they want to drive around in Porsches, Benzes, big trucks, and do as little work as possible. No, I'm dead ass. I may know this or I may not know this for whatever reasons. I may or may not know this. My point is, so when it comes to Saturdays, man, they either partied out or whether we win or lose, I'm going to the league. And I told y'all this a long time ago, Van House, NIL, was going to
You
change the
did.
landscape of this
He ain't
game.
lying.
The point
Yeah.
is, if you're not happy here as a star player, I can make up to because anybody who's gonna make $1 million or more a year is going to the NFL, so they're gonna make more money. But we got people who's not going to the NFL, gonna finish college making possibly $2 to $3 million, and not play in the pros. So your whole thing is my last hurrah, and like I said, the integrity of the game is gone. Like I said, Van got thrown out of the game for concussions. That means throwing your body in there, just doing whatever you got to do, like for the sake of the game. It ain't no old guy get off my grass. This is not no old guy get off my grass. The thing y'all don't understand is Kentucky is to the point where we are getting those players.
Yeah.
We just have a coach that don't know how to deal with them, because as he was transitioning our program, the landscape of college football was transitioning their program. And now he has to figure out, how can I keep these guys at the University of Kentucky with X amount of money to play hard? And that is where I draw the line when it comes down to us getting rid of guys. Don't be so concerned about the guys we're getting rid of. Do some background research. Tune into the locker. Some of the guys we getting rid of or are leaving is because they're being given ultimatums. Like, look, you're gonna be here, and if you manage any building or if you work with a coworker, you're gonna be here on time. You're gonna stay overtime when we need you. You're gonna put in your workload. You're gonna do X, Y, Z, and that's all we need from you.
Yep.
Well, I need 500,000. No, we're not giving 500,000. You know what? For what you do, we're gonna give you 200,000. I can't take that, coach. So don't put it on a coach like we. I guarantee these coaches ain't running nobody out of here. Anybody who has left this program, and I'm with Van. Dane Key he's a local. He's devoted to the program. I think there's a lot of dissension in that receiver locker room because Macklin seems a lot happier now. I don't know if it's because Dane left. I don't know if it's because Berrien left. But he seems a lot happier in that room. And we're going to get into this too a little bit. We're going to get this a little taste. I don't know how much background you got on the Hartley Gilmore thing. But my point is, stop beating the coach up. I understand. Be supportive on why he's making these changes. The guys he's getting rid of, we went 4-8 with. Go watch Mike Singletary's last speech as a coach. Was it his last speech?
Can't win.
Can't win, won't do it.
Go do it.
So I'm saying, I understand y'all concerned, but everybody who's leaving were people who was on the team that went 4-8. So
look, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna keep saying this, man. This is the stuff that bothers me. Is that now all of a sudden, after Stoops had his foot halfway out the door, now, like Elliot said, players don't respect him. Fans don't want him. He can't coach. He sucks. He's fat. He's at
Jeff Ruby's all the time.
Yeah, Jeff Ruby's all the time. He's smoking cigars. All he want to do is play golf. All of a sudden, the temperature around him has changed because of last season. But here's what bothers me, Anthony, with the most of all. I've said on here many times, is that too many people say we had 3 bad seasons. No, y'all, we had 1 bad season. We had 1 bad season. Last year was the bad season. I can't defend. I can't have empathy. I can't rationalize anything about last season. I can't. It's 0. But those previous 2 seasons is not the same. That should have been a 9-win season, an 8-win season. Both of those should have been 9-8. And this season was going to be 4 wins regardless. This season, this year, was going to be 4 wins regardless. The other 2 prior seasons has nothing to do with this season. The players on this team earned 4-8. They earned 4-8 with their immaturity. I'm gonna say it like that.
Hold on, Van. Let me ask you this, because you are the best person to answer this question.
Okay.
That offensive line was bad. It wasn't as bad as the bad. We had some bad offensive line. So you mean to tell me you said we earned this? Say we had an offensive line that we can sustain drives, that we can keep our offense on the field, and our defense know, like, look, hey, if we stop them, our offense got a chance.
Still would have been 4-8. Still would have been 4-8.
We wouldn't have beat Georgia.
We still would have been 4-8. Look, and this is why I say that, Anthony. All that is true. Could we have had a better O-line? Sure. All that stuff, right? But I believe that things happen for a reason. This season happened for many reasons. First of all, lack of vetting players. Second, the other thing is worry too much about what other people think about your players you're bringing in instead of bringing in the right players. I think our coaching staff got infatuated with, to get the program to the next level, we got to get 5-star, 4-star players. Instead of continuing to bring in the type of players that have a chip on their shoulder, work hard, have a grind mentality. Not saying that they're not going to be divas, because every athlete is a diva. I'm sorry. We all got a little stank to us, all of us.
Right.
There ain't no D1 athlete that don't think they the best thing ever. So, but you can work your way through that stench. And we had guys who wasn't willing to work through the stench or willing to hold your peer accountable. And that was obvious to me about holding your peer accountable. I understand, y'all. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Is the coach can say a lot of stuff to you, and it goes in one ear and out the other. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a player from the 1900s. It goes in, and we had hard-ass coaches who would slap you on the head, like all kinds of crazy stuff that you can't do nowadays. You can't put your hands on a player no more.
Right.
We had a coach who put hands on players. It still go one ear and out the other. But I'm telling you, I promise you, if one of your peers / brothers come up to you, it's a fight. It's going to be a fight. But the thing about it is, when the fight is over, though, when the fight is over, you're like, man, you know what? I might have been wrong. Then if the right teammate come to you, then it's like, man, you know what? I shouldn't have came at you like that, but you know you gotta fucking tighten up. You right, man. We're gonna tighten up. Everybody kind of rallies around, and then there's a respect level, because you don't have to like all your teammates, but you better respect them.
Right. Absolutely.
So we lost that because now you got, I'm just good. But you know where I'm from? I'm a 4-star. You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I run
they need
a 4-2.
to take the stars up off of them. They need to take the stars
up. 4-2. Dude, you was a 4-star 3 years ago. You can't see. How many people still wear their Letterman jacket, high school Letterman jacket, after about the first day of college? If you still wearing that Letterman jacket on college campus, it's a problem. So if you still resting on what happened last year, we got a problem. And we got too many guys resting on their star value when they came into school instead of seeing where you're progressing to now. And I'm hoping there's two ways to look at this. I'm hoping that we got, as you said, Anthony, we got a pretty good transfer portal haul. The problem is you can't live off of that year in, year out, because what's going to happen is you bring in a bad batch and you have a 4-8 season. You still got to live off high school recruiting. I hope that they have realized their mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with finding a high 4-star athlete. but make sure he's the right one, not just one that's an ass about it and don't want to come in and still work.
Yeah, like I say, you got Malachi Woods, got Jagger Burton, got another year. We got to get some younger players in here, man. On this offensive line, that's where it's at, dude. That's where we getting killed at. Not, I don't want to do this again. I really don't want to do it. I don't want to do this conversation.
Go ahead, say it, man.
I don't want to do it.
No, look. My family and I came up when we was on vacation. We said we ain't holding back no more. We
spent too much money.
Get it off your chest, brother. Get it off your chest.
No, man.
Get it off your chest.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If we don't get the offensive line situations fixed, it's going to
be I got a question. Do you think Wolf is the guy who can get it straight?
No.
Well,
Wolf can't relate to the players. He can't relate to the other coaches. I'm telling, and the craziest shit. Listen, I say wrong. Listen,
I'm all ears.
The craziest shit I know about UK football that I know personally, there's no debate. You can do whatever you want with this information. Bill Curry was a manager of a team. He let his coordinators do what they wanted to do.
Yes.
Rick Smith was cold.
Yes.
Who was before Rick Smith? Archer. Mike Archer was cold.
Right.
Ellie Uslack. Dude, you had Mo Williams. You had Mo Williams and F that up. Like, you effed up your relationship with Mo Williams. Nothing to be said. So you had to go because when Mo Williams went, you still had Elliot Uslack doing the same things you were doing with Rashawn Salam and Mo Williams, like two badass running backs. I ain't gonna say I could have done it either, but you had Ray McLaurin. I was the next oldest back behind him. I'm with Hal Mummy. You averaging 40 points a game. You got a defense who runs 0 on 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 18.
Oh, all right, pause. There are some fans who will love Mike Majors right now because that's what they want to see. All right, go ahead.
Oh, here you go, wasting my time. So the whole time, like, a perfect match would have been Hal Mummy. It would have been a perfect match statistically or on paper. Hal Mummy and Rick Smith. But Rick Smith would have found out that he didn't have his paperwork, which is my dog. Ain't no shade there. But they would have butt heads because he wasn't going to be on the bull job Mummy was on. So I'm right back to the whole thing of Mark Stoops has put together a great program, brought the people together. If he's going to put his foot down and put his foot in people's asses, it may help. I'm not sure he's going to do that. I hear he's going to do that this year because there's heat on him. So he's going to do that. But the problem is that are you going to put your feet in the right asses? And that offensive line coach needs to reconsider his situation. It ain't the NFL. That tough ass shit don't work. It didn't work in South Carolina. It didn't work at Alabama. You back here. It didn't work here the first time. You can't be tough with these kids. No, you want and Van, tell me this, and this is where shit gonna get good. You don't want your offensive line to be soft. Them probably the toughest jokers on the field.
Right.
If I come back to the huddle and be like, man, who was it? What number?
Right.
All my offensive line, they looking for him. That's why when you look at the Arkansas dude stepping on somebody, I'm not actually stepping on nobody's foot, but my offensive lineman would know. Like, if somebody did you dirty, we gonna go get them because they free every play to hit whoever they want to hit. But my point is this, man. John Slarman, his unique ability to make his players better, or to get to know them, soften your stance with them to get them to understand your expectations, and whatever, no limits, like no limit, whatever your expectation is, this is all I want for you. If you can give me if you can run 3 yards fast as you can, that's what we're gonna do. It might be one play we put you in. Hey, it's third and 2. Hey, I know you can't give me 5 plays with this, but I know on this 3rd and 2 you can give it. So it's just really understanding your player. It ain't just yelling at them and da-da-da. Is that John Calipari style of coaching. Run fast, jump, guard the guy, get more points. Coach, how? So I know you've been itching to speak, man.
No, you think you know something, but you cement it when you put into that arena. When I got into coaching, and I didn't have no plan because I've never been a coach, but it's all about relationships. Period. All life is about is relationships. When you form a solid relationship with your players, they will do whatever you want them to do because they know you have the right intentions. You're not going to lead them astray. Right. You honest, and I'm gonna just tell you because you hear these things about young kids today can't handle this. No, that's BS. Young kids can handle it. They just not gonna take it like we had to take it with no understanding behind it. Coach came to you back in the day and said blah 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 blah. You just had to do it. Now kids asking why. Man, why I gotta do that? Yeah. That made no sense to me. Why I gotta run that hill right now? Back then, because they run the hill, you run the hill. Now you build the relationship with, all right, this is why. This is how it's gonna help us. Just trust me. That's how you have, and here's the other thing. You can't do the same for every guy. You just can't. It's hard work on your end, but I have 4 corners. All 4 of them, I had to say the same thing to them in 4 different ways. One guy took it this way, understood. One guy, like, even though I'm saying the same thing, the way I had to say it, I had to connect with them to find out what's going to click for them. Because what clicks for me ain't going to click for them. Yeah. But Coach Smith said, do blah, 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 blah. Oh, all right, I got you. I can't regurgitate that to them. It's the same, whatever, foundation of what I need to do, but I got to find a way that they can relate to. And some coaches can't do that now. And they get all pissed off because, what I said. No, dude. Hey, man, come here. Hey. And look. This is what I need you to take. I need you to read number 2. If number 2 goes vertical, what do you have? Coach, what do you mean by vertical? Huh? Got it. What do you mean by vertical? Like, dude, it's obvious what vertical. Okay, if you go straight up the field to linebacker depth, once he passed the linebackers, we're gonna deem that as vertical. Oh, okay. Got it. Somebody else might be like, Coach, what does vertical mean? Hey, look. When he climbs 5 to 8 yards, Coach, you told him linebacker depth. Well, what's linebacker the depth to you? Oh, like 3 yards? No. See, that's not linebacker. You got to see what makes them click. And it takes time. It takes work. It takes effort. And obviously, I would say this. Da'Kel Shorts, in his little short time here, create a relationship with 2 guys that's now with his ass at Nebraska. I guarantee you that. Huh? Why else would Dane Key and Harley Gilmore go to Nebraska?
If Dane, why would go to Nebraska? Hold on, it's not interesting. If Dane was hogging the money here, why would you follow the person that's hogging all the money from you? Now they might have worked out a package deal. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm curious as to how that happened. Now, actually, I'm gonna say this before we move along. Like you said that about that. You know what's funny as hell? Coach Franklin used to always come to me and be like, "White, need to talk to your boy D. D Homer. I'm not dealing with his fucking attitude today." So, like, I had to tell, hey, man, come on, man. So, but the Homer would take it from me, but he knew how to do it. Now, like I said, me and Franklin fell out the last couple of weeks of my career because of some foolery. And he apologized. And the crazy thing was he apologized. So when you say that about, the coach needing to know the players, he tell you something. But like I said, that was one thing I love about Coach Franklin. He knew his players. He knew how to get through to them. He'd tell, and that was one thing that I always stuck in the back of my mind. Hey, White, man, talk to your boy Homer, man. I'm not dealing with this shit today. Come on, D. Man, fuck him. He better not say, he ain't gonna say nothing to you, man. Hey, man, just all right. I'll tell you what to do. Like, no, like if we got to switch. I don't know what the problem was. But at the end of the day, I probably realized it was probably a problem between me and him. That he wasn't getting as many carries as I was, which he was. So his thing was, y'all promised me this, which I was already there, so they ain't promised me nothing. I was just playing on borrowed time.
Right.
Anyhow, Harley Gilmore. This is what we're getting down to.
Uh-oh.
And then we're getting up out of here.
What's the tea, brother? What's the tea? Is it hot?
I don't know. Nobody knows the real tea. I do know the UK wanted him back. I do know he allegedly assaulted somebody.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know if you assaulting somebody is something that
Why you gone?
Huh?
Why you leave?
Yeah, like Lynn Bowden punched in the mouth, like in the game. Like, so my point, shit, didn't what's his name? Vito Tisdale them brandish weapons and beat up some frat boys.
Yeah.
So it came down to, he was gonna leave, but I do know he was trying to stay. Well, they wanted him to stay. They were trying to work it out for him to stay if they could. What could have possibly happened that came up that he could not stay? Like it had to be some outside entity. Like I know Vince, Stoops, all them gonna fight for him. So something had to happen where it was out of UK's hands.
Academic ineligibility, maybe.
Why would he be eligible at Nebraska?
Because other schools' requirements are not as stringent as other schools.
And you think Nebraska is not as stringent as UK?
You asking me what it could be? That could be he might not be eligible.
Bring me another one, then bring something else to the table. I ain't buying that one. I don't think Nebraska, a Cornhusker, smarter than us. And I'm not saying that we the
can't be
smartest.
money. Is it money? You think it's money?
Money is part of it. Money is part of it. That is part of it.
So I would say money and money and level of comfort with the current wide receiver coach. Maybe the new wide receiver coach ain't putting up with that BS. Did he not leave after they hired Washington?
You what?
Did he leave after Washington was hired?
Yeah.
Anthony, what's the first thing happens when a new coach come in? Does he not have a meeting with all his players?
Yeah, that's what Jay Drum's saying.
So if I'm Washington and I run my ship a little tighter than others, because he said some things like, we're going to block. He said we're going to be tough. I saw that in a post of a little snippet of how he wanted his wide receiver. No matter what happens, we're going to be tough. We're going to do the right thing. We're going to do what we supposed to do, how the coach, how the OC, and how I require you to do it. So maybe he heard those sentiments and like,
Man, I appreciate what you're saying. And
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say this with all due respect.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So you think he gonna go to Nebraska and do less blocking than he would do here for
No.
Kentucky?
Hold on. The OC for Nebraska is Dana Holgorsen. He's air raid.
He gonna bring the air raid to the Big Ten? He could. He could.
Oh,
he could.
not Hal Mummy's version of air raid. Probably more.
Daniil Brown, West Virginia, UK. The one
No,
that didn't.
Probably more Sonny Dykes.
If it ain't the Mike Leach one, I don't want to hear about it.
You know what?
That Mike Leach
okay. Here you go. Probably in between Mike Leach and Sonny Dykes. It's gonna be somewhere in there. It's gonna be a little more balanced, but still gonna be air raid.
It was so what I'm thinking of, but what Jeff said, what Drummond said was, it was something along the lines of they didn't stand. I don't think they stood behind him on the situation he had going on. And there was negotiations going on while this was going on. And I don't think contractually stuff was right. And based off of, they would have had to give him some disciplinary action based off of him. Yeah. And I don't think he was cool with that. Like, I'll just go somewhere else to start my career over, which is stupid as shit.
Yeah, it is.
When you was about to have full reign. Room.
I got a question for you. I think that actually, what you're saying actually helped us out more than that. Jeremy Maclin said some things after some people left. So it seemed to me potentially like Jeremy Maclin could be a potential leader. His name not Jeremy. What's his name? Because isn't Jeremy
you talking about his cousin?
I'm talking about his cousin.
Just say Mac till I get
Mac.
to it.
Yeah. So could he have been giving us some tea without giving us some tea?
Jamari.
Could he have been giving us the insight to that room without saying it? Because apparently we all knew there were some issues in the room. Like, it's obvious to a football player. There's some issues in that room.
Right.
But after some players left, it seemed like he got happy. And he had no role in this team this year, really. But he seemed like he got a little chest puffed out and more free to say stuff. Although it was beating around the bush, but he still didn't have to say it.
It's been that way for several years, though.
Yeah, but Anthony, the last year we had that was actually a true leader of the room was Wan'Dale Robinson. And he never
because he balled so hard.
And we never had one like that since then. The next
year,
there
ain't that many of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Next year we got Dane and Barry as freshmen running that room. You can't have freshmen running your room. You can't have freshmen running your room.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Where the culture comes from? The culture comes from handed down from year after year. They ain't never been in the. They don't know what the culture is. They start creating their own culture.
But if we also had a carousel of wide receiver coaches as well. And at one point, we had a wide receiver coach that was a quality control person who they probably didn't respect.
That too.
So I'm not really blaming the wide receiver room. I'm blaming us not getting no protection up front. And I am Stoops. I know people probably watch our thing and get back to y'all, man. I be on you on Twitter, man. I back y'all up, man. I stand behind you on Vince and all them. So don't come at me. I'm saying that I think he's rededicated himself, but I don't think the wide receiver room and here's why I say that, Van. Craig Yeast ain't had no say-so over our offense.
He had Mike Leach as his coach.
He had no say-so over the. You do realize his first 2 years, I led the team in receiving more than halfway through the season.
I got you.
So when it came down to he was unhappy, I told Tim. I'm the one who told Tim, "Hey, look, man." And then Tim started taking chances. The point I'm making is he wasn't gonna come to the team and be like, "Hey, throw me the damn." No, he wasn't gonna do that. But Tim was distributing to everybody. The reason I say that is there's dissension in the receiver room because a lot of people ain't getting opportunities. And people ain't getting opportunities because we ain't getting a lot of time up front. So the only person when you're not getting a lot of time up front, if people running jet sweeps, running screens, tight ends, and running backs. So my whole point in that saying that was when you talk about the receiver room really don't matter. If we got time to throw the ball, everybody can be happy. The biggest problem is we ain't had a whole lot of time to throw the ball. And Wolford over here on borrowed time, Mark Stoops, he needs to be on borrowed time. And if he a homeboy, I understand. I've seen several coaches at this university go out with their homeboy. You got to go out with him because he's not translating his expectations to his players. His players ain't accepting it. His players don't appreciate it. Wolford ain't the guy. I'm gonna leave it at that. And that's just what I know. And I'm a running back, so I appreciate offensive linemen. I got a relationship with offensive linemen, and I know if them offensive linemen ain't doing their thing, everybody gonna suffer, including people's pocketbooks.
You're right. That might be the way to end it then. Yeah, because I saw a tweet with him and Gilmore. Yeah, I understand that. I get that, JD. I did see tweets between the two of them.
No, I'm telling you, the program expected Gilmore to come back.
Right.
Whatever the legal issues was, however that transpired, then he come out of that asking for whatever number he asked for, considering we already said he's gonna be the top option coming back. I think his number got high, and the expectations got high. And he said, "I'm gonna go sit behind the guy I was sitting behind here," which makes me no sense, but
yeah, but he is only a sophomore. Wow. JD sprinkling some sauce on this. JD, the salt man. He's sprinkling some sugar up in there. Okay. Huh.
Well, let's do.
This is the Wild Wild West. Anthony, this is the Wild Wild West. Can you imagine you sign a lease and a school comes and you know what, Van, we're gonna handle your lease. We're gonna take you out of that lease and pay you.
Right.
Wow.
Oh no, I agree with you, Coach Chandler. I agree with you on that. That receiver room was cancerous, and it's probably cancerous because we had a carousel of coaches through there, as Van stated earlier. But I think it also goes down to, I'm telling you, Coach Chandler, and you watched football for a lot of years at the University of Kentucky. Quentin McCord, Keo Sanford, Kevin Coleman, Craig Yeast. Like there's a lot of people to go around and catch footballs and not be upset. And we can distribute the football. The biggest problem, I do think that if we're only getting 15 targets a game, people are gonna be. Now, mind you, I don't expect people to be at we have 40 or 50 targets a game. I don't expect you to be at that. But even a good 25, 29, that at least get 4 or 5 people, 4 or 5 targets?
Yeah.
And then on a good day, if you got a mismatch. So I agree with you. I do think, but I mean, that position has always been receivers and DBs has always been dramatic as hell. Not so much DBs, but receivers always been.
Us too.
Yeah.
Too.
So
no, I mean, after our generation, because what happened is teams started passing the ball more. So you got DBs who were in college. DBs in the NFL was different, but DBs in college still had to run support a lot. When you got in the 2000s, when people started throwing the ball around, DBs started morphing to sort of receivers because they was getting 50 balls past the game. So now I'm out there on the island. I'm going to show out when something happens.
Right. I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna get up out of here, man. And I know people gonna hate this because they hate when I talk about my guy. Listen, man, no homo. Who's a better quarterback? Tim Couch, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees,
Tim Couch, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. You said Tim. You said Couch.
Tim Couch, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and what's the dude's name now that's with the Bills?
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
All right. I got Couch, Aaron, Brady, Brees, and Josh Allen. You asking me who was the best out of those?
Yeah.
Best talented quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Just all around, throw off platform, could extend plays. Aaron Rodgers is. Are we talking about talent? What's the criteria?
It don't matter. Like, if you need to win a game, who's the best quarterback? That's the whole point. It ain't got nothing to do with the talent level. I got an angle.
Okay, I'm going Aaron Rodgers first. I'm gonna be different because to me it's tough. I'm gonna go Brees second, Brady third, Couch fourth, Josh Allen fifth.
All right. This is the one thing I want to point out. This is why I want to see what you were gonna say. And this is kind of Saquon Barkley-ish.
Okay.
Tim Couch was the best quarterback in America coming out of high school.
In his class, yeah.
Yeah. It was going, yeah. When it was he going to be the best quarterback?
Well,
and he's probably in the top 10 ever.
Because each quarterback, because none of these quarterbacks came out with him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, so right. But none of them were any of them number one in their class.
No.
Exactly. So he was the best quarterback coming out of high school. He was the best quarterback coming out of college. He was drafted number one. I don't know why you're looking.
No. I'm thinking. You made me think about. I know Aaron dropped in the draft. I know Brees was a second rounder.
Do all that thinking you want to do.
Josh Allen. No, I'm thinking while you talking. I'm just you the wheels are turning.
he was the best quarterback in high school. He was the best quarterback coming out of college in the SEC at the University of Kentucky. He wasn't at Florida. He wasn't at Ole Miss. He wasn't at Florida. Well, I don't know what other schools throwing the balls around back then. Whatever the case might be.
I got you.
So every level he played at, he was the best. And so now people diminish his accomplishments as if what he might not have been. What? And here's why I say that. And here's where I go to. Because Ben Roethlisberger went to a team that he ain't nowhere near Tim's caliber. Brady, I don't know. Like Brady, I don't know. I can't hate on Brady. Maybe if he's in that situation, whatever. Point being is, I just wanted to ask. When I look at now, they talking about NFL quarterbacks, the greatest, this person, and they talk about accolades. And I'm just like, this dude was the best at every level he's ever played at, except the NFL, because he went to an expansion team.
That the what you have to talk about. See, because all right, let's just go through this. Aaron Rodgers came from Cal, Breeze came from Purdue,
and Aaron Rodgers' number ain't look like Nathan. Drew's number ain't look like a whole lot of nothing.
Right. So Drew's number in what, in college?
Yeah, they wasn't Tim's, but I know they ain't do what we did. Okay, I ain't look. Hold on, go ahead.
Hold on, you better back off of that one for a second. Drew Brees at Purdue numbers were pretty damn good. Because Couch only had 2 years, so maybe that is a you have to project what he has, but dude,
his sophomore year, he had 36 touchdowns.
Drew Brees had 10,000 total yards passing in his 3 years of starting.
Yeah.
You act like that's
huh?
You act like that's like, man, that's
I'm not acting like it's I'm definitely not acting like that.
So I'm looking at the Couch. Look, dude, he's got the same. Drew Brees had 36 touchdowns 1 year, as you said. The most for Couch is 37. Dang.
So Couch had 8,400.
Couch did the ball a lot.
Drew Brees probably played in bowl games, which Couch only played in one.
He didn't. He played in one bowl game.
And they don't count that now when you talk about us.
He played in one bowl game. Dude, they're at the same time.
So you saying no. So Drew Brees has 1,600 more yards than Tim Couch in 3 years.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah. Tim Couch passed
and Drew Brees only had like 6 or 7 more touchdowns.
Okay. Here's the
I'm telling you, put some respect on Couch's name.
No, for sure. I want you to understand this too. In 3 years, Tim Couch had 1,200 attempts, basically. Drew Brees had 1,500.
Huh?
In 2 years, Tim Couch had basically 1,200 attempts. Drew Brees had 1,500 attempts. Yeah, that's a little less.
In his whole career?
1,200 with one less year.
In his whole career?
Whole career.
Okay, so Tim would have had, what, 500 more attempts? Or no, he'd had 400 more attempts? 400 or 500 more attempts? Then that would have blew him out of the water, though. It still would have blew him out of the water.
If Tim Couch played another year, Tim Couch would have had almost 300 more attempts.
Okay.
That's a lot, dude.
Anyways.
No, right. You're right. Look, I'm just
look at the completion percentage in yards and look at the yards.
No, you are exactly right.
I'm telling you, Tim Couch's numbers is silly.
But
when you talk about greats, but they only give everybody else greats because they played NFL and they succeeded in NFL. No, Tim.
okay. Oh, so are we talking about in college? Are we talking about overall?
No, I'm saying as a person, and that's the problem I got with people. When you walk around this damn earth as an athlete, people act like whatever you did, like Vince Carter was cold in high school. Vince Carter was cold in the NBA. People don't talk about when you talk about dunkers, put Vince Carter's name on it.
Because Anthony, if you go off of college, Couch is number one.
In high school, he was probably.
I didn't watch high school, so I'm not gonna. I can't.
Okay, so I'm saying what point we can start judging.
In college, though, if you just base off college, Couch is easy number one because Brady didn't even fucking start. I'll probably go Couch, Breeze, Couch, Breeze, Aaron, Josh Allen, Brady. If you're based
only reason, right, and that's the point I'm making. The only reason people put these people the way they are is because Couch didn't get a chance to prove himself in the NBA and the NFL.
I mean,
so my point is, hold on. I'm saying no. Listen what I'm telling you. LeBron James was the best in high school, but he lost Carmelo his junior year.
Okay,
he was supposed to be. So he never went to college, just like Anthony Davis did his thing. Couch did his thing. He was the number one player in college, high school, number one player in college. How do you not be a first ballot? And secondly, when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, how good these people are, y'all never gave Couch a chance. And I say this, Van, and I say this because I had Saquon Barkley in fantasy football. And Saquon Barkley went smooth off because I know Saquon Barkley had the skills. And he was with the right team. So if Couch would have been with the right, if he would have went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, he probably would have been better. He just had to go to expansion team.
Anthony, if Drew Brees didn't have the bad arm,
where did he start at? The Chargers?
San Diego. He went to San Diego. He went to supposed to go to Miami. They didn't like the physical. He went to the Saints and teamed up with Sean Payton. If that doesn't happen, we're not talking about Drew Brees like we're talking about him now, right? If Aaron Rodgers doesn't drop in the draft for whatever reason he dropped and went to the Packers and played behind, we would not. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be the same. If Tom Brady didn't play for the Patriots, that allowed him to mature as a quarterback, we would like. That's every situation. There are a lot of really good. There are. We just. You played with Rich Gannon, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rich Gannon was a freaking throwaway before he came to the Raiders.
He's still a throwaway when he.
No, I'm just saying he was like
the hell with Rich Gannon.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Kurt Warner. If Kurt Warner doesn't match up with Mike Martz, we don't get to see Hall of Fame Kurt Warner.
He did it again in Arizona, though. That's the funny thing.
He wouldn't have got the chance because he wouldn't have got that chance enough for that Super Bowl championship. When you win a ring as a starting quarterback, you get a little leeway.
When you got 5 Hall of Famers you throwing to, I understand. But yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's unfortunate. Anthony, I know you hear. I'm not doing this to brag on Anthony, but Anthony, if you went to a different situation, you would have had an NFL career. Yep. Like, it's all about where you get. You know this. The guy who knocked me out in the Rams training camp before you got there, the fullback, Hodges, right?
He was there when I was there.
I know. That's what, if Marshall Faulk, I could be wrong with this. If Marshall Faulk isn't traded to the Rams and Marshall Faulk gets a formal relationship bond with Hodges probably not on that team that long.
You're right. That's with Justin there, the guy from San Diego State.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the only reason he was there because of Marshall.
No. The only reason he was there because of Mike Martz. Mike Martz is from story time. Then we get up out of here. And I am in camp balling. I got Brown, Dick Vermeil personally talking to me. How, dude, you doing? Keep it up. You on like Charlie Army, the GM? Man, okay. See, that's why I brought you here, right? Balling out. We have, I don't want to say a walkthrough. I don't want to say it was 7-on-7, but it was a 7-on-7-ish deal, right?
Right.
Old boy come through the hole tipping. Yeah. Guess who's on my ass? Mike Marks. Dude, when I say on my ass, I'm talking about old school. What the fuck are you doing? What? Dude, okay. First of all, Marshall Faulk is the star running back. I don't know why you like. He ain't gonna get no run anyway. But second of all, he can't come up here and tip it through the hole. Dude,
right.
He was up like this.
Yep. That's how he
even
runs.
like, I ain't even like tall, but yeah. We're supposed to butt up. And Mike Marks went bananas.
Wow.
Him and they had, I don't know what the relationship stemmed from, I don't know, but that was his back. I don't know if he was the back before Marshall got there, like that was his eye on the back.
Yeah.
No, him and Mike Morris had something.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I got all of it in there. Like,
well,
damn, Marks. But yeah.
Wow. That don't surprise me. Like you right. He do tiptoe and run high knee. Like, I don't understand what they saw in him. He ain't got no wiggle to him. I ain't got no blast to him.
He was higher than ED. I mean, that's Eric Dickerson, y'all, not what y'all. He was
higher than directional.
Yeah. Dude, he was. I'm like, why are you coming through the hole like this? Yeah, so.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Yeah. I know we ain't talking about the UK game losing. If you want to hear about that, you got to tune in on Sunday morning. We're going to talk about that because I don't know what the hell happened. Actually, ain't watched the whole game again yet.
Well, but didn't Tennessee lose by 32? Like, dude, look, it's going to be a lot of roll. There's going to be some roll issues.
Yeah, man. Hey, as long as your boy keep rolling, as long as old Brooks keep rolling, we good.
We rolling. JD, you ain't seen Justin. That joke. At least when he came through there, he was coming there with some force. This joke was tipping on 4 fours.
Oh man, we started New Year off right. Damn, we in season 6. Damn, season 6, man. Oh Lord, I wasn't even in school that long. But actually, I was because I had to come back last year. Anyways, man, we'd like for you all to go over, like, subscribe, share, follow, hit the thumbs up button if you go on our social medias to let people know you appreciate what we're doing. Van ain't convinced us to go to Patreon yet, but he's fighting for it. So as long as I can keep us on Patreon, we cool. With that being said, we'll be back next week. Peace out.